So, as in the previous video, we have discussed about superficial muscles of the posterior compartment of the legs, which are nothing but the gastrocnemius, plantaris, and soleus. I said you the gastrocnemius is for just a top gear one, and soleus is just a peripheral heart, which maintains the weight bearing while standing. Whereas gastrocnemius for jumping or those fastest movement, you require it, right? So let me just brief you about the deep muscles of the posterior compartment of the leg. So you have popliteus, you have flexor digitorum longus, you have flexor pollicis longus, and you have tibialis posterior. So let me just give you about the origin of each, then insertion. So popliteus get origin in the lateral, it's like an intracapsular of the knee joint and lateral condyle of femur. Intracapsular of the knee joint, and it is a lateral condyle of the femur. They originate. Okay, so here the origin is what we have seen here is we have seen gastrocnemius, medial head from the middle condyle, lateral head from the lateral condyle, soleus from the soleal line, and the posterior surface of the shaft of the fibula and the middle bottom shaft of the tibia, and plantaris we saw it's about the lateral supracondylar line of the femur. Okay, later supracondylar end of the femur plantaris. So here we are seeing that this popliteus is a lateral condyle of the femur. So there is change between lateral condyle, there is change, and there is a lateral supracondyle, this is different. Okay, so popliteus get inserted, okay, into the posterior surface of the shaft of tibia above the soleal line. So above the soleal line, the tibia they get attached. Okay, so from the femur they start and attach the tibia that is above the soleal line. So if you see the bone of tibia, there will be a soleal line. Above soleal line, you can see them. Okay, so what is the nerve supply? Everything here, the deep and also in superficial layer, we have tibial nerve from S1 and S2 only. Okay, so the action here is as we said there itself, we saw in the knee joints, right? Movement of knee joint, they unlock the knee joint and they do the lateral rotation of femur on tibia prior to flexion. There you have seen it in the medial rotation only, but the lateral rotation also happen of the femur on tibia. Okay, this is very important. Okay, so popliteus is a must one, so you should know it very well. Okay, popliteus. That always asked one. Okay. Next we have flexor digitorum longus. So flexor digitorum longus origin is the origin below the soleal line. So the question setter insert origin. So they while correcting they see that it's below the soleal line or above the soleal line. So this is below the soleal line, whereas this cooperative insertion is above the soleal line. So you can see them in the below the soleal line and the tibia they originate posterior surface of the tibia. Okay. So this is about the femur. Here they originate from the tibia, and where they attach, where they insert means base of the distal phalanges of the lateral foretoes. Okay, base of the distal phalanges of the lateral foretoes, and also deep to the flexor retinaculum they will be there, and crossed by the flexor hallucis tendon when reaches the sole of the foot. Okay, they are caused by the flexor hallucis tendon also when they are crossing the sole of the foot, and you can see them that this chordatus plantae and lumbricals attached to the flexor digitorum longus. This is out of thing, so you should know it, right? So it is being crossed by the flexor hallucis longus, one important point. And they reach the foot, sole of the foot, and chordatus plantae and lumbricals attached to the flexor digitorum longus tendon. Chordatus plantae and lumbricals. Just remember these two muscles tendon. Okay. So the next thing what we are going to see is what is the action of flexor digitorum longus. It is quadrate. So here they do plantar flexion. As there we saw plantar flexion. They also their plantar flexors. Along with that, they will be doing the plantar flexors, and along with that, they will be doing the flexion of the distal phalanges or lateral foretoes. Okay, so next is about the flexor hallucis longus. Hallucis longus, they also origin that is below the soleal line only. That is not mentioned here, but below the soleal line only. But from the lower two third of the shaft, lower 3/4 of the posterior surface of shaft fibula. So here we saw the femur. This is tibia. This is fibula. Okay, and this get inserted the base of the terminal phalanx of the, or can remember base of distal phalanx of the big toe. This lateral fortress is a big toe. Okay, and then also plays tibial nerve. And what they do? These also are plantar flexor and the flexion of the big toe. Okay, then plantar flexors. Okay, of the ankle joint. Okay, right. So tibial nerve supply is there. So what is the tibialis posterior? Tibialis posterior, their origin is upper two-thirds of the intermembrane, posterior surface of the tibia, upper two-thirds of the posterior interosseous membrane. So they are also from interosseous membrane, upper two-thirds. Okay, this is also tibia only. So this is your femur, tibia, fibula, and tibia once again. So this tibia is posterior surface of the tibia below the soleal line. So this tibia is upper two-third. Okay, upper two-third of the tibia. Sorry, intermembrane, interosseous membrane, posterior surface of the tibia only. Okay, below the soleal line. Okay, and also their posterior surface of the fibula. See, you can remember like this. So posterior surface of shaft of tibia, posterior surface of the shaft and head of fibula. Only tibia here, only fibula here. Both tibia and fibula posterior surface will be here. Okay, that you should know it very well. Okay, so its insertion is very important. Navicular bone tuberosity and all the tarsal bone except the talus. Okay, and these get extended into the second, third, fourth metatarsal bones also. They will be there. So you have sustendicular canaliculum. Okay, that you can see in the dissector book, but they inserted every tarsal bone except the talus. Just that you can remember, these are plantar flexors and they are the inverters also. Okay, so to summarize the muscles of the deeper compartment, there is deep muscle posterior compartment of the leg. There are four muscles: popliteus, flexor digitorum longus, flexor hallucis longus, and tibialis posterior. Popliteus origin intracapsular origin, okay, of the knee joint, and they originate from the femur, also from the lateral condyle of the femur. This popliteus get inserted into the posterior surface of the shaft of the tibia. Okay, femur to tibia you can remember, and this is above the soleal line. The nerve supply is tibial nerve. The action is unlocking of the knee joint and lateral rotation of the femur over tibia. Okay. Then flexor digitorum longus. This get originated from the posterior surface of the shaft of the tibia below the soleal line. They get inserted into the base of distal phalanges of the lateral foretoes. Their nerve supply is tibial nerve, and their action is they are the plantar flexors, and the flexion they do the flexion of the lateral foretoes. Okay, the flexor hallucis is longest. This flexor hallucis is longest. If you see, this they takes place, okay, from the fibula. Okay, so posterior surface of the shaft of the fibula. This is also below the soleal line. Okay, so just remember posterior surface of the shaft, posterior surface of the shaft, that you can remember. Okay, so this is upper two-thirds, lower three-fourths. This is all it changes. Okay, with persons. Just to remember where and where. That is till now. That is enough. Okay, because I got a information that lower two-third of the shaft of fibula, but here it's given us lower three-fourth of the posterior of the shaft of fibula. So we are just confused. Just to remember, this is tibia, this is fibula, like that. Okay, and this get inserted into the big toes base of distal phalanges, and this nerve supplies tibial nerve, and the action is plantar flexor and reflexes of the big toe. Tibialis posterior. Okay, if you see, these are both posterior surface of shaft of the tibia, posterior surface of shaft, and head of fibula also. Okay, and upper two-third of the interosseous membrane they have. They get inserted at every tarsal bones, even the navicular tuberosity, but they doesn't get inserted in the talus. Except talus, they get inserted in every tarsal bones. Also in the sustendicular tali calcaneum. Okay, and these are the powerful inverters in the plantar flexor only. This concludes the. So here once I should say that flexor digitorum longus, you have some important points. So you have two muscles. Okay, one is the lumbricals and the quadratus plantae. I hope so. Yes, they get inserted at this flexor digitorum longus. Also, they are being crossed by the flexor hallucis tendon when they reach the sole of the foot. This is very important point. This concludes the deep muscles of the posterior compartment of the leg.